Oops, been there, done. Can't check that off yet.
Dedicated to making sure that the wild animals of North America remain wild. No one can take your call at the moment because all of our volunteer staff is busy blocking access to California's wilderness areas in order to protect their cougar, bear, and condor populations. But if you leave your name and number after the beep, someone will eventually get back to you. Especially if you want to make a donation.
Check. Order up. Order up. Order up. Order up. Order up.
In battle. You win. Heads up. Whenever you're really cold, just squeeze the toasty pack and you'll get a burst of heat. It only works when you're already cold, and you can only use one toasty pack at a time.
It is really, really cold out here. Doesn't quite measure up. That won't do. Wrong again. Close, but no cigar. Not what I need. I broke my line. There we go, a 2-foot northern pike. No more fishing for me. Oh my gosh, whoever threw that ice ball at me must have set off an explosion that shattered the ice. And my jacket's gone. No wonder I'm so cold. A coat. I need to make it to shore by jumping from ice floe to ice floe and put on that coat before I freeze to death. Oh my gosh, whoever threw that ice ball at me must have set off an explosion that shattered the ice. And my jacket's gone. No wonder I'm so cold. A coat. I need to make it to shore by jumping from ice floe to ice floe and put on that coat before I freeze to death. I don't know whose this is or why that wolf left it here, but at least now I won't freeze to death. Ah, warm again. There's a note in one of the pockets. Since I can't go back the way I came, maybe these tracks will lead me to shelter. Avalanche Ridge. Ugh, not exactly reassuring. The snow's so deep, I'm sinking up to my knees. Ski tracks, probably Yanni's. I bet if I follow them, I'll wind up back at the lodge. I can't stop shivering. I need to get in and out of the cold, like, soon. Ah, warm again. Not time for kitchen duty yet. Still need to do that. Still need check.
Hello?
Hi, Ned. It's Nancy.
Hey, Nance. I couldn't tell it was you because you're not calling from your cell phone.
No coverage out here. I'm in the middle of the Canadian Rockies, remember?
Oh, I haven't forgotten. Everything okay?
A lone wolf has been seen and heard hanging out around the lodge lately.
A wolf? That's kind of cool.
No, what's cool is that it dug me out of an avalanche and saved my life.
You're kidding me. Why would a wolf do that?
I don't know. Yet.
So, you've got a wolf hanging around that acts like Lassie. What else?
Practically the first thing that happened when I got to the lodge is the bunkhouse blew up.
Yikes. So there was another act of sabotage?
Looks that way. The sheriff found traces of a plastic explosive called C4 on some of the debris.
So, if whoever blew up the bunkhouse is the same person who's been causing the accidents, you're looking for someone who knows something about explosives.
Looks that way, yeah.
Well, that's a pretty good lead. What else have you got?
Yanni Volkstaya, the cross-country skier? Someone threw a bomb at him while he was out on the slopes training.
A bomb? You mean like a grenade or something?
I guess. I heard the explosion myself.
Why would someone do that?
From what I've read, Yanni is a pretty ruthless competitor. He's probably made a lot of enemies. In fact, he's convinced that his competitors are the ones who blew up the bunkhouse. He thinks they were trying to intimidate him.
And what do you think?
I think he's just being paranoid. Someone may be using explosives around here, but I really don't think they're doing it just to get rid of Yanni Volkstaya.
Then why are they using them?
That I intend to find out.
Good idea.
Bad news. Chantal is insisting that if I need help, I get it from this police consultant she hired, a guy named Tino Balducci.
Tino Balducci? Not that cop
That's the one.
How does Chantal know him?
Someone introduced them and he charmed her into hiring him, and now I have to get all my hints from him.
Well, I'm sure he'll be very helpful. Not as helpful as, say, I would have been, of course, but very helpful.
Guadalupe Comillo says she's a bird watcher, but I'm not so sure.
Why do you say that?
For one thing, most birders will go on for hours about the birds they've seen or the birds they want to see, but not her. In fact, birds seem to be the last thing on her mind.
And for another thing?
She just doesn't seem to have the patience a person would need to spend all day looking for birds.
So what's the real reason she's there?
I don't know that. Yet. Are you familiar with a book by Jack London called The Call of the Wild?
Sure, it's about a dog who winds up leading a pack of wolves. It's a classic. Why do you ask?
Because I found a copy of it in Lou's room.
Interesting. Maybe he's got something to do with the wolf that's been lurking around outside the lodge.
I was thinking the same thing. He does spend a lot of time outside by himself. He says he's snowshoeing, but maybe he's up to something else. Something that ties in with the wolf somehow.
Or maybe the fact that he's reading that book is all just a big coincidence.
Yeah, that could be too.
As I recall, it was a pretty good book.
Ollie's on the avalanche patrol, which means he knows how to handle explosives.
Could he be the mad bomber?
He's got the temperament for it, I can guarantee you that. What I'm not sure about is why he'd be the mad bomber. Although he did mention that he wanted to get back into ranching for himself.
What's stopping him?
No property and no cash. Which reminds me, Chantal hasn't gotten around to giving him the raise she promised him. He seemed a tad bitter about that.
Maybe he figures if he wreaks enough havoc around there, Chantal will shut down the lodge and sell it to him for next to nothing. Not only will he get property, he'll get revenge.
You really think she'd sell the lodge to Ollie?
Of course not, but if Ollie thinks that, he could easily be your guy.
The guy who built Icicle Creek Lodge also built this weird concrete pyramid thing nearby that everyone calls Trapper Dan's Needle.
What's it for?
No one knows, but there was a piece of black nylon-type fabric sticking out of it. Like there's a door in it and someone had snagged their clothes on it on their way in.
So you think there's a door, but you can't see one?
Right.
Well, just keep poking around. If something's got a front door, it usually has a back door, too.
Someone dressed in a black snowmobiling suit decked me with an ice ball. And when I came to, the lake had been blown to pieces and I was stranded on an ice floe.
Are you okay?
I am now. But remember that piece of black fabric I saw sticking out of Trapper Dan's needle?
You think it came from the clothes the guy who threw the ice ball was wearing?
It's a definite possibility. And if that person also blew up the lake, he or she could be the same person who blew up the bunkhouse.
Which means if you come across someone who owns a black snowmobiling suit that's missing a piece of fabric, you probably found your culprit.
It was great talking to you.
You can call me anytime. Got that?
Got it. Bye.
Hey, Nancy. What you need?
That does it for now.
You need help? Just give me a call. Sheriff's office, this is Mohican.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew again.
Yes?
One of the guests at the hotel, Yanni Volkstaya, he says someone threw a bomb at him while he was out skiing.
Well, did he see who it was?
He didn't see anything except the explosion, which I'm pretty sure is the same one I mentioned to you before.
Was he hurt?
No,
Why are you telling me this instead of him?
because he's a cross-country skiing champion and he's convinced it was one of his competitors. Apparently the governments of the people he's beaten are as ruthless as they are sore losers.
So what do you want me to do?
I just thought you should know that his life may be in danger.
Well, if this Yanni guy wasn't concerned enough to call us, I don't see what good we can do. Life's too short, we're too understaffed, and it's just too darn cold to go traipsing around out there for nothing.
Thanks for your help.
Have a good day.
Hello?
Hi, Chantal. It's Nancy again.
What's up?
I'd better get back to work.
Answers, Nancy. I need answers.
Yes? I'll let you go. Farewell. Is this yours?
What, that bullet? Don't be silly. Why would I be carrying ammunition around?
It kind of looked like it dropped out of your pocket.
Well, since it was never in my pocket, that's impossible now, isn't it? It was probably lying there on the floor all along, and you just happened to kick it into view, that's all. This did used to be a hunting lodge, dear. I wouldn't worry about it.
You used that bullet I found on the floor to alter the sights on Ollie Randall's rifle, didn't you?
What? That's so ridiculous. It's laughable.
That's why you have that magazine in your room, so you could figure out how to keep Ollie Randall from shooting the wolf.
Look at me. Do I really look like some kind of wildlife fanatic?
I never judge books by their covers, Miss Camillo. Look, I don't want to see anything happen to that wolf either. If you belong to Run and Grow Free, just tell me. I'm good at keeping secrets, believe me.
You're right. I am a member of Run and Grow Free. I did make sure that brute would miss if he took a shot at the wolf, and I will do whatever it takes to protect that beautiful creature.
So, you're here undercover?
Yes.
What else have you done to protect the wolf?
That's all I'm going to tell you, Nancy. And if you really are concerned about the wolf's welfare, you won't repeat any of this to anyone. Let's not talk anymore, Nancy. People are starting to get suspicious.
I'm glad for the chance to talk once again. There is something I must explain.
By all means, explain away.
What I said before about wolves. It is because my grandmother was killed by wolves. Killed and devoured.
How?
Years ago, when my mother was a little girl, her mother, my grandmother, was on her way back from the village on her motor scooter, which was and still is the only means of transportation most Fredonians can afford. It was January, and the sun had just set, and it was dark, very cold. There were thousands of wolves in the countryside that winter. At night they would roam in huge, hungry packs. My grandmother was halfway home when she came upon a young man waving from the side of the road for her to stop. He too had been on a scooter, but his had broken down, and wolves were gathering all around him, preparing to attack. My grandmother, of course, stopped, and he leapt on behind her, and they took off down the road with the wolves, dozens of them, chasing after them. But with 2 people riding it, her scooter was slow, much too slow, and the wolves soon caught up with them. And when one of the wolves seized my grandmother's boot in its teeth and started to pull, instead of helping her, the man pushed her off the bike. It instantly gained speed and he got away. My grandmother, set upon by the wolves, did not.
That's terrible.
Tormented by guilt, the young man eventually confessed. He went to prison for several years, and the wolves were hunted year-round until the countryside was rid of them. But the damage was done. And so, I'm happy to talk to you about any subject except wolves. About them, I have nothing to say.
I've disturbed you long enough.
Kavichinaya.
What you need?
Can you think of any reason why somebody would be carrying around a bullet?
Sure, they want to shoot something.
I found a bullet on the floor in the lobby.
Where in the lobby?
By the window where Guadalupe Comillo is always watching for birds.
Well, now that's real interesting.
What do you mean?
I don't trust that lady. Let's just leave it at that.
That's all the questions I had.
If you need anything, just holler.
How can I help you?
I've disturbed you long enough.
Come back anytime.
What do you want?
You messed with my rifle, didn't you?
This I gotta hear.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You used a bullet to push down the sight pin so I'd miss that wolf. What are you, some kind of bleeding heart, tree-hugging eco-terrorist?
How dare you use that tone of voice with me? I'm leaving this place right now.
Good. You just got yourself an escort off the premises.
Order up. Order up. Order up. Order up. Can't check that off yet. Can't check that off yet.
Hello?
Hi, Chantal. It's Nancy again.
What's up?
You'll hear from me again later.
I have to get going too. Bye.
Not time for kitchen duty yet. Order up. Order up. Order up. Order up. That's finished. Can't check that off yet. Call 1555 Mystico and prepare to be amazed. If I want to follow those tracks, I'm gonna need some snowshoes. If I don't get warm soon, I may not make it. Much better. I was really cold. That's for me.
What you need?
Would you happen to know the combination to the lock on the display case that has the snowshoes in it?
Only person who'd know that is Chantal. Just cross your fingers that she wrote it down. Gal's got a memory like a butterfly net. Of course, there's no need for you to go repeating that.
I couldn't help but overhear the argument you and Miss Camillo had.
She messed up my rifle so I couldn't shoot that wolf, so I tossed her out. Told her to take her little crusade somewhere else.
Do you think she was responsible for any of the other stuff that happened around here?
Anybody who deliberately sabotages a man's rifle is capable of anything. But at least now I know why I missed that wolf. And like I told her as I was giving her the bum's rush, next time, I won't miss.
I'll get out of your hair now.
Keep me posted.